Thank you so much for tuning in, you guys. I appreciate you guys so much. And for those that are new, my name is Julie K, and I welcome you to the channel. You are very, very welcome. I am so happy. I'm glad. I'm delighted. I'm elated that you guys are here. And let's go into the video. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new, please consider subscribing and so that we can grow together as a family. Today's topic is transitioning from campus life into the workplace or into the new environment, specifically as a Christian. Okay, for me, before I left campus, I had so much fear because the people that were before me were, most of them, I can say, were sidetracked, and they lost their way. As soon as they came out of campus, they went back into the world. So it was a challenge for me when I was about to leave, that I prayed to God and I was like, Father, I don't want to miss heaven, and I don't want to go back to the world. The world being going back to the sinful, evil ways, So it took me a while to adjust, I can say. But I was so fearful, and I asked my friends that, you guys, you need to pray for me. If you see any change, anything that is foreign, in my walk of faith, please be there and just be bold and tell me. So the transition took a while because I was just holding on to, that life that I used to live and the people that were there in my campus, I can say, fellowship or life. So let me backtrack a little bit. I'm getting ahead of myself. You see, the thing is this, that when you're going into the world out there, you don't realize just how real it is. As a Christian, more especially, because you're cushioned, you're almost sheltered even. So I had my brothers, I had my sisters there. It was schoolwork, nothing stressful, nothing tempting, nothing, out of the ordinary. But when you get into the real world, it's a whole different story. So you just need to buckle up. I can tell you, you need to buckle up and be prepared. And the thing is this, nobody told me, nobody prepared me, But I was just so concerned with how I was going to live, in this world that is very foreign. And yeah, the system in the world, guys, is tough. So basically, I did ask my friends to pray with me because it's very important, you guys. Like I said in the previous videos, that it's very important to have a community, to have people that are going to be holding you accountable, You need accountability partners, you need prayer partners. So changing from this environment where you were so taken care of and cushioned and like covered and all of this, and going into the world, it's a whole different thing. It's a whole different story. So I was praying really hard that I don't want to sidetrack. And by the grace of God, I did go into the world, into the real world. It was hard at the beginning because I was holding on. Like I said, it was just so hard to transition. I was holding on to the campus life and just how comfortable it was. It's very hard to leave like your comfort zone, but we must understand that in your journey as a Christian, you are going to go into new environments and God is going to stretch you. And that's where I remember one of my pastors said that it's easy to be a Christian on campus, and when you get out there, that's when we see that really you are a true Christian. And so I went, but I still had my leg behind. Okay, this gets interesting because I still kept on going to that fellowship, doing that, but it was very hard, because I had to work, adjust my work schedule and stuff like that, and it's a long distance. And for others, it may not even be possible that it's a journey that you can make and come back, go to church and come back. So if you are in a whole, let's say for example, from Eastern Cape all the way to to Joburg, how are you going to meet with your brethren and all of that? So keep communication with your people, keep communicating with them. Don't drastically just move all the way, like cut all communication, because you are going to get in trouble. You need that encouragement, you need that strength. And so yeah, that is number two, that you keep communication, and at the same time try to win yourself out of that former church or former congregation. Well, it is easy, let me say that it is easy if your church has a branch in another place that you're going, because your pastor can just send a letter for you and then you're sorted. But if there is no branch, it's a whole new environment, you still have to pray for the church. That is very important. Pray for the church that you're going to go into in that new area, because what I believe is that God will always have you covered. God will always watch over you. Like, he cannot take you to a place that he cannot provide for you. So he will provide for you spiritually. You will meet new people, new church, and yeah, you will meet a new environment, but he'll still have his hand on you. The thing about me at the beginning, I was so critical and so reluctant into like accepting and embracing this new journey of mine, that I'm no longer on campus now, I'm no longer with the people that I'm used to. So forming relationships is hard. You have to be open-minded. So don't be comparing your former pastor with the new pastor, because that takes away the change, and change isn't always bad. Be open-minded, but don't don't forget the basics. The doctrine is very important. You go to the church. Just because a church is a building, it's a church, doesn't mean you have to go there. You need to pray first and know the doctrine that is taught there is the same as where you come from, okay? And pray for the workplace that you're going, that they will embrace you and that you will not compromise, because that's a big thing as well. When you transition from campus to the workplace, there's a lot of compromises that happen there. There's a new style of living. You have to still keep your values. You don't need to change for anybody. Embrace change. If, for instance, you were maybe singing in the choir in the previous church or congregation, it doesn't necessarily need to be a church. Maybe it can be another branch. You don't need to come here now and be wanting to be choir member when you can be even assisting on the floor, ushering people, or even mopping when the service is over. Have a servanthood heart, okay? And yeah, the fruit will show. As soon as you go out there, the fruit will show. But always remember that God has got you covered. You're not alone. You're not on your own. You may be lonely in the new place, the new scene, and the new people and all of that. But keep to your values, keep to your faith, keep communication with the people that were in your life before. And yeah, that will keep you standing, I believe. It worked for me. I'm still depending on the grace of God, obviously. That is the biggest thing. For him to sustain you, for him to keep you. God is so faithful. God is very faithful if you just surrender your life. I think that is it for now. Well, a whole workplace situation, I think it's a big topic on its own. But as a Christian, you need to adjust, be open-minded. At the same time, do not compromise your values, because at the workplace, I can tell you, I met different challenges, and I will do a story time in future about the kind of things that I faced and things that you only read about in magazines or even hear in news, or even just hear people talk about it and you don't think it will happen to you, but it actually happens. So I will do a story time in future for this, but for now that's it, guys. And yeah, please do consider subscribing, and don't forget to like, don't forget to leave your comments. I will read each and every one of your comments, you guys. I will really appreciate your feedback on this video, and as well as criticism and suggestions and stuff like that. So let's keep growing together. Don't forget, don't dim your light for anything or for anyone. Don't compromise. Just keep your faith, keep your values, because that's who you are. And so yeah, embrace the journey, be open, keep shining your light, and let's color this world for the better. Peace.